Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich and a very Merry Christmas to all of you. We are playing as the Russian Empire. We have conquered a little bit more territory off in this general direction, which has gotten me some much needed resources, and if we can build our compliance up, hey, that would be awesome to just go ahead and annex the territories outright. Now we are biding our time militaristically while we wait for opportunities to attack isolated nations and possibly break up the power block currently held by the Germans, especially around Ukraine and so on, pushing all the way down toward Poland. If we could get ourselves up to a 50% world tension, I would be able to start justifying our own individual war goals, and Azerbaijan is probably the most valuable nation I can take on right now. Everything else is kind of okay, but inconsequential. But then you look at that 118 oil right there being shipped off to Germany. If we could control that, then I would be in a pretty dominant position from a fuel and oil perspective, and we could actually drain the German Empire of resources and fuel a lot more of my own tanks. So that would be awesome if we can pull that off. Working on it. We'll see what's going to happen. In the meantime, though, let's continue building up the Trans-Siberian Trans-Siberian Railroad. And Greece apparently just swapped factions. Okay, so Austria-Hungary was able to pull them away, I guess. That's fun, I guess? Okay. No, Austria is doing some fun things. They're going to try to create the Confederation, I am pretty sure. Looks like they're also trying to bring Bulgaria into the Pact as well, which might put them at odds against Romania and Serbia. Possibly. I don't know. Uruguay wins the World Cup. Well, congratulations, I suppose. Don't get cocky, kid. Don't you get cocky. How are things looking in the U.S., by the way? Wow, the American Union State is actually winning this. That's absolutely ludicrous to me. I don't think I've ever seen Huey Long win, ever. Then again, I don't think I've ever seen the syndicalist states not rise up before. They usually win. So that's going to have some pretty serious implications for what's going on in Britain and stuff. I might want to send some resources over to Huey Long if he's going to win, just so we can possibly, you know, get some buddy-buddies. Like, I don't care that these guys are social democrats. These guys are closer to my actual ideology anyway. Let's go ahead and send some equipment over to the American Union State. We'll get some army experience out of it too. Why not? I'm building relations by giving you guns. Americans like guns. It's what you like, right? It's like your favorite thing for Christmas Day. The clergy criticize the government once again. Good lord, knock it off. Freaking clergy in this game. You'd think at some point they'd learn to just take a hint and give it up. But no, apparently not. I'm going to eventually have to spend a lot of my political power to try and start building up my stability. Which is going to hurt, but like, I really need to get my stability and stuff up. And you guys are kind of making this hard on me, dang it. Assyria and the Ottomans have made peace, and Assyria was able to retain their independence. How? Ottomans, what are you doing? How? I don't understand. Monarchy has been restored in Greece. I guess you did kind of join up with the Austria-Hungarians, so now you got king again. King Georgios. I don't like what I'm seeing over there. It's a huge power block, and Austria and Germany sometimes are buddy-buddy. That could make my life a little bit harder. Republic of South Africa declared war on southern Rhodesia and Natal. These guys? Did they break free from you or something? Paternal autocrats in South Africa. What is going on down there? National rearmament. Russia may hold ambitions of retaking the West, but even the most radical Russian nationalists can tell that she will not be able to challenge Germany in this state. Her military industry has been neglected and her economy is not yet ready to outproduce the West. Though Russia holds massive potential, many sacrifices will have to be made before we'll be able to repudiate the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. Which is why these sacrifices have been proposed. The government has been introduced a bill for national rearmament, including austerity policies and the expansion of state-owned arms production enterprises, even if they will come at a cost. That is a pretty high cost. Nice as those are, I have to do something no matter what. Well, I don't want to lose more stability. I'm going to take this one instead. Much as it's nice to have extra civilian and military factories, we're actually doing, I think, reasonably well on the industrial front. Like, we're really producing quite a bit. So I would rather just gain the stability to make sure we get more value out of all the factories we're currently putting out there and ignore the rest. And notice, by the way, yeah, we're making good progress. We actually are. Back up to a full 15 factories working on these heavy tanks, and we're producing enough support equipment. I'll hopefully be able to start putting on some engineer companies and entrench like crazy. Hopefully. So we're making good progress, in my opinion. Very good progress. We have expanded the Trans-Siberian Railroad. I almost said orchestra again. Research slot, yes. I was gonna say we should go for the road to war, but research slots equal more important. So we got a lot of infrastructure somewhere, right? Let's take a little look-see. Not down over here. Where did we get it? Was it all over this way? Oh, we did. Yeah, we actually built our Trans-Siberian Railroad that I usually build in every campaign. We actually built infrastructure out here. I mean, that's not bad. That's okay. That's fine. Actually, you know something? I've changed my mind about the research investments. Research slots are good and super important, and we will do that, but let's go ahead and get the road to war. Just so I have the option to jump into something else while I am working on that research slot. Because actually, we're kind of at a weird point in late 1938, where there's nothing else I can research that I really want that is not going to be ahead of time. So we actually are in a weird spot where, for once, I actually can do this first, then get the research slot by 1939. That's when we're going to have a load of tech that we want to get. Wait, how is Huey Long suddenly starting to lose? Were the Russian guns I sent you ineffective or something? I don't like what I'm seeing here. It's entirely possible they might still lose. I mean, that makes sense. I've never seen Huey Long win ever if it's not controlled by a player, usually because of the syndicates. But I mean, if they're facing the entire United Mites of the United States, well, then I guess I'm not surprised. Yeah, they probably deserve to lose. Oh, Lever Kornilov dies. There goes Field Marshal. Oh, okay. Well, it's not the one I was using, but that's less options for me. We just finished with the road to war, which is nice. Let's trade with the Dutch East Indies. I need to get a little bit of rubber coming in because we're going to start making some more planes soon. So with that done, let's see. Russian Empire joins the Russian Academy of Sciences, whatever that is. A rearmament program for next year, consumer good reduction, factory output. Seek allies. The Russian Sphere? I mean, creating a faction's not a bad idea exactly. I still think we need to go for the research slot, but I mean, yeah, there's a thing we could do. Let's see. So where are my options to conquer, folks? I was promised options to conquer. There they are. Seize Tuva. Demand territory from Finland. Hello. May lead to a war with Mongolia or with Finland. I mean, yeah. I don't see why not. Mongolia might have to lose this stuff anyway, because they're actually being fought by the Moklik. Where's Tuva? Out of curiosity. States are currently not being shown correctly. There they are. Tuva, right here. Yeah, okay. So, change of plans. Let's go ahead and move you guys up over here. And Mongolia, I think, is already going to die, but we can hasten their demise and grab a state in the process. Orange. How much are we looking at in terms of supply here? Pretty darn good. Okay, so Orange, cancel what you're doing. You're going to set up along here. The intention of pushing down here. And we're going to go ahead and bully Finland a little bit. May not go very well in IRL terms, but at least in this game's terms, I wouldn't mind doing it. It should be pretty fun. By the way, there are other decisions we could take that would be pretty nice right about now. For example, recruit a head of intelligence, which would get me an elusive gentleman with, can be nice. Now, here's the thing. Grants, as in, I think a new minister. I don't think it replaces anybody. But this is great for an extra operative slot. So we're going to go ahead and do this, because I can spy even faster on people. And let's wait until our troops get up in position toward Mongolia and against Finland. But let's get ready for a little bit of mean-spirited aggression before Sweden can do anything. Why is Norway independent again? All right. They become a Reichsprotectorate and an occupied puppet of Sweden. Oh, right. It is still Kaiserreich, I guess, at the end of the day. They're more inclined to release things than to conquer outright. All right, October of 1939, huh? Now's not a bad time to start working on some upgrades for things. I don't think I care about the heavy hulls. What I want to do is take cruisers and make them into heavy versions. Armor scheme, I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. I don't need any of that. We could upgrade our torpedoes. Damage control, fire control. These are things that I do usually need. That said, we could just go ahead and get on time with researching things like anti-tank. And I'll have that option. Let's go ahead and work on that just so I have the option to use that against the Germans at some point, because they're going to also have tanks. I'm hoping my tanks are going to be better than their tanks. But I'd like to ensure it, you know? Another person is dead. Oh, great. Okay. Well, a legitimate candidate to the Russian throne has died today. Well, that shouldn't be a problem for me, of course. Can I get any more buffs for my generals? I think the answer is yes. Hello. Logistics wizard. I mean, not bad, especially in Russia. Organization loss when moving can be pretty good. Max entrench and reinforcement. Recovery rates. I mean, a lot of these are great. I do like supply consumption reduction. It does let me field more troops. And I'm going to do it. And we can also get something else. Recovery rate's pretty good. I think I want to get the offensive doctrine. Because there's a good chance that I'll be moving fast against enemies, and losing less organization when moving actually works very well for mobile warfare. So we're going to try for some of that. You can get a Panzer expert, division defense, or motorized defense. I mean, Panzer armor defense does me no good, whereas motorized defense actually does eventually become useful. So I guess we'll pick this up. You got nothing, you got nothing, you got something. We can get infantry expert. I'm going to give you ambusher with the intention of eventually turning you into my more defensive army leader. Someday. And let's go ahead and bully for Finland and for Mongolia. I'm just going to go ahead and do both of those, since I think my troops should be arriving about now. These guys are still taking a while, but yeah, a couple of weeks. Should be fine. I'm not expecting Mongolia to be much of a threat. These guys are arriving along the borders of Finland. Finland's going to be in for a really bad time. Especially if they're going to leave this place open around Viborg. Why would you leave that open? You're just begging to die. Don't do it. This is fine, though. So, take Finland out. Eat all their stuff. Does Finland even have anything good? I got a little steel. I think it's mostly on the principle of the thing. You know? I think it's mostly for the principle of the thing. We gotta kill the Finland. We gotta kill the Finland! Finland has refused our generous offer to transfer Viborg and part of Karelia back to us. Well then, I guess we're just going to have to kill you. Take it back by force. Where's my war? Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, if our demands are refused, we have a few days. Okay, we had an opportunity to cancel this before it was too late. That's what it comes down to. Got it. All right. Well, Mongolia is about to get a nasty offer. They have actually just capitulated. Oh, well, the time of that was god-awful. Did I get Tuva? Wait. Oh, they gave me Tuva. They gave me Tuva, and as a result, they lost their capital and immediately died. Amusing. Very amusing, in fact. Yay! Alright, you guys can head back down over here. Turns out it wasn't necessary. Get out of here, y'all chum. You guys had lots of fun down there, didn't ya? Y'all had lots of fun down there, didn't ya? Alright, Finland. Come on. I'm waiting for it. Reject me. I dare you. Reject me. Right now. Oh, there it is. They rejected me. Ah, I gotta kill people and things now. Yes. Get up toward Viborg. Some of you guys get up over here and then turn around and head up over here so we can pin these guys down and crush them. The rest of you, go ahead and push down this way. We'll go ahead and just kind of work together on that one over there. And you guys are going to go ahead and do me a favor and crush their cavalry and push up over here. And then you guys are going to, I don't know, maybe work over here and push these guys down and crush them over there. And there we go. Alright, we're not worried about the north, really. This area is mostly just for me to kind of hold them back, while the rest of my troops in orange actually do all the heavy lifting and push their way over toward Finland's capital in Helsinki. See, I actually remember some of my nation's capitals, especially of Europe. I had to do all these, like, songs, because I was homeschooled, right, throughout pretty much everything until college. And we had to do these, like, geography songs in order to learn things. So, we gotta learn things like Helsinki, Finland, Oslo, Norway, Reykjavik, Iceland. Yeah, let's see. How did that stuff go? Stockholm, Sweden, these are the capitals and countries of Scandinavia. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's funny. All right, we got another one of our operatives. I don't need one in Finland, so that's going to be a hard pass. Thank you. Seducer, Safecracker. That's a yes, though. That's relevant for what I plan on doing. So we're going to take you. And using you for now, I'm going to go ahead and continue rebuilding our spy network, so once these guys are done in 50 days, we can probably jump right into another one. I'll leave behind the German national, hopefully, to make sure we keep that, and I'll send the safecrackers to just go and take stuff aggressively, very aggressively. And in theory, it should have, like, no risk associated with it. We have free military factories. Oh my god. All right. Well, if that's going to be the case, let's see. We are losing some guns, but ultimately not that many. We're okay on artillery. We need a little bit more in terms of light tanks. Do a couple more factories there, and then after that, I think we go hard on heavies. Now, the thing is, I'm investing very heavily in heavy tanks that I'm currently making no use of. And we probably are going to end up replacing a bunch of them with medium tanks later, but, I mean, for now, certainly seems fun. Alright, just pushing in here, Finland. Don't mind me. Looks like you can't do much of anything to stop me. I feel like that kid from Home Alone. It's like, I'm gonna do something inappropriate. If anyone's home, you better stop me. And of course they don't, because no one's home, kid. That's the whole point. No one's home. What are you all doing over here? You fools! All of you guys are supposed to be on the front line against Finland. Don't you know there's a war going on? It's actually something that my, one of my, not manager, but somebody at my workplace likes to say, because I work in, you know, a field that's related to all that kind of stuff. And whenever he sees us slacking at work, he likes being on his line. Like, don't you know there's a war on? Get back to work! It's funny. Probably. It's probably inappropriate, but it's also funny. We could try to go for some weekly war support. Instantly cancels as soon as we're at peace with Finland. I'm gonna do it. And we're going to deliberately not end the war against Finland for a while, because I want to max out this war support, because it increases my mobilization by a pretty good amount. And aside from propaganda, it's not a very easy thing for me to fix. This is called the Winter War. Dude, that's just like BA as heck right there. I like the idea of fighting in the Winter War. Holy crap. Peace with Finland. While the Conquest has declared their desire to end the war, accepting sovereignty over Karelia in the process... nah. They shall be crushed. They shall be crushed! Also, I literally just spent that 50 political power. If I declare peace on them now, I'm gonna lose all of that, and that would just make me sad and feel stupid. Okay, so let's see. It is December of 1938. This is our last chance to grab some other stuff. Let's go ahead and research... field hospitals? I mean, we don't have a lot of manpower. That could be pretty good for us. Doctrine we're already working on, blah, 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 blah. We should probably go for more planes. I think we're going to go ahead and research the close air support, since it is generally better at close air support than just simple bombers. There's the research investments. That's now done. Let's research strategic destruction, since that is, in my opinion, the best of all of the air doctrines. Ooh, Inyali. I just figured out what I want to do tonight. Sorry, guys, we were talking about date night and what to do. The last episode of The Mandalorian just came out.
Oh!
Yeah, we're going to go watch The Mandalorian tonight. Woo! That's not related to Hearts of Iron 4 at all. I know, I'm trying not to be unprofessional, but come on, Mandalorian's been a good show. I've been waiting for the season, because I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't it be fun, you know, to watch the entirety of Season 2 and not have to pay multiple months of Disney+. So that's what we're going for. Let's see, what do we want next, by the way? Equipment modernization. It may be time for me to go for more tanks. Alternatively, though, creating a sphere of influence or just some more research speed. In this case, I think we will go for tech, since we're getting up toward 1939 here pretty soon. What I'm going to do, probably, is once we get to 1939, start the research of the medium tanks. That way, the 50% will have to apply to other future models, but then we also should be getting some 2-year ahead-of-time bonuses, which means I can probably work all the way down to 1941 and maybe even 1943 medium tanks in pretty darn quick succession. And we'll have tanks that are like 3 years ahead of time, which I can use to beat up everyone, especially since we got at least a little bit before I should have to worry about going into the next war. In about a year or two, I think, is when the next world war begins in this case. It looks like Egypt declared war on Jerusalem. You declared war on Jerusalem, but Jerusalem's not an independent nation. It is part of the Ottoman Empire, so how did that work? I don't know. Naj just has joined with the Cairo Pact. Also, China is once again exploding, and the Qing are actually making some successful pushes. Well, there you go. What about the oil? Yeah, good question. What about the oil? All the more reason I should probably go kill Azerbaijan, eh? Yeah. You know something kind of fun I'm recently realizing about this campaign? I've never played Russia before. In any of the Hearts of Iron 4 games that I know of, that I can think of. I've never played as the Soviets, because I've been kind of holding out hope that we're going to be getting a new national focus. I've also never played as Japan. Those are the two nations in like base Hearts of Iron 4 that have been around since the beginning with national focus trees, and never played either of them. So this is my first time getting to play as Russia, and it's in Kaiserreich. You know what? I couldn't ask for anything more. Syria joins the Cairo Pact. They just broke free from the Ottomans. Well, hello. Egypt actually seems to be playing the game correctly here. Did Assyria join you? They did not. Yeah, we're actually seeing a bit of a breakup of the Ottoman Empire, and Egypt actually is doing what they did in my campaign when I played as them, to actually, like, you know, tear apart the Ottoman Empire. We might be seeing a strong Egypt game, guys. Unexpected, but really cool. Good lord, there's so much going on against the Ottoman Empire right down here. Looks like Hejaz broke free down over here. Cyprus broke free. The Ottomans tried to create their own faction for the heck of it right over here. The Istanbul Pact. Not going to work very well. Cairo Pact looking pretty good. Iran apparently has decided to join in with Egypt and fighting you. Yup, that's all happening. Goodness gracious me, what is happening with all you people? And also, why is this not increasing the world tension? Do you guys see how much the world is on fire right now? And yet you guys won't let me justify any war goals. That's just discrimination right there. You should let me do it. Also, let's go ahead and start working on... we forgot some stuff down here. No, we didn't. Let's go ahead and start working on the factory output here. Also, if we wait just a few more hours in the game... A few more hours... Merry Christmas! Yeah, it's appropriate. Woo, Christmas. Fuel storage. Oh, we just finished stealing from the Germans. We actually did steal a tech this time instead of actually getting an ahead-of-time bonus. Which is a real shame, because I actually think I would have preferred to have the research bonus. But alright, no, it's fine. Let's just go ahead and continue building out some more intel networks. And I'll just go ahead and place all you in Brandenburg for now. I'm sure none of you guys are going to make this complicated. This should allow me to get up to the 35% pretty darn quick, and then we'll send some more folks. Now, I suppose one thing we could do, instead of simply infiltrating their industry, is start infiltrating the Army or the Navy or the Air Force and start stealing some tech that way, too. They probably got some good planes and stuff, you know? I mean, we could do that. The only problem with that, of course, is it does take, I think, 50 spy network in order to get in there, which is going to take a long time. And honestly, I'm okay with just stealing industry stuff. The economic advantage is honestly more important than most other things. Fuel storage, I don't really know what I'm going to do with. But I mean, okay, I mean, we got it. So, there you go. Azerbaijan, by the way, joined up with the Ottoman Empire. This is going to become a problem because if they get annexed by the Iranians, that's going to make things difficult for me. Armenia broke free. What do you know? It also means this could be a good opportunity for me to go kill them if I could. Oh, well. Apparently, our finest hour, this is what would have happened if the Germans had lost World War I. So, you know, a little tongue-in-cheek humor down there. Anatolian Kurdistan declared war on the Ottomans. They are completely imploding! This is a Ming-plosion, but it's a Turk-plosion, the Ottoman counter-revolution. We're going to see a really broken-up region down over here, which actually suits me well, because I might be able to use that to, you know, well, attack a lot of them. But, like, yeah, it's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, let's not forget to add military police to my cavalry divisions over here, and I guess I'll just go ahead and add on a few more of you like so. We'll spend some of that army experience just to increase the size of these guys. All it really does is save my support equipment whenever we are sending out new garrison units, which is now done. Still trying to build up a bit more compliance. Finland is giving me some trouble, so is Mongolia, but we're trying to get that civilian oversight. I don't suppose we have like a special type for compliance gain, and the answer to that is no, we do not. Alright, no, okay, cool. I want compliance up because, again, if we can get up to 40%, apparently we can just core this stuff. Which I think sounds really good. Getting cores is amazing. We discovered this in the last campaign. It's really awesome, and we should be doing it all the time. Armenia has died. Well, that's unfortunate. Steal more industrial blueprints? I think the answer to that's going to be yeah. We'll send our safecracker, and we'll send our other safecracker, and we will send our seducer. And we'll leave behind the German guy to keep building up that spy network. You can commence when ready. Alrighty, we're going to steal some more blueprints. Finished researching my anti-tank. Now we're going to go ahead and jump on top of our medium tanks. A little bit, like, not ahead of time, but on time. So that once this is done with the armor modernization, we will have some nice modifiers so we can get ahead of time in tankage. And somehow we need to be ready to divert, like, a lot, and I mean a lot, of our military factories to start producing medium tanks on top of everything else. It's going to be kind of hard, honestly. It turns out, trying to produce 3 types of tanks, a little expensive, a little difficult. And I don't approve of it. Vladimir Purushkevich dies. Isn't that my... Wait, I'm pretty sure that's my prime minister. I think he just died. He did die! Oh. Alright, who do we want then? We can go for the traditionalists, who would get me cheaper infantry equipment and artillery. It's alright. Reformist general. Cheaper infantry equipment plus some political power gain, but consumer goods, no thank you. Star of the Petrograd social scene. Construction speed goes down. Happy amateur. Or a conservative statesman. Factory construction. Ugh, I don't like any of these. Division attacks, okay. I could really use political power. I just hate losing construction speed even more. If that makes sense. I guess I'm going to have to go for the traditionalist general here. I'm not thrilled about it. It does mean we should be able to produce more guns and stuff a little bit faster, which means I can probably pull a couple of factories back on this and put them somewhere else to work, like, let's say, the heavy tanks. We can probably pull back on artillery, too. And we are running out of steel, shockingly enough. Okay, well... I am producing some motorized in anticipation that I'm going to want to start creating tank divisions. We could also start making the anti-air and the anti-tank. Let's start making some anti-air. But all the factories went to this. Okay, yeah, we're spending a lot of resources on heavy tanks right now. I'm investing hard in this stuff, and it's just not working, I'm going to be honest. Which is a little unfortunate. I kind of think the strategies that say build heavy tanks to go Space Marines might not be the best decision unless you already have an extremely high production base because you're playing as, I don't know, Germany. It doesn't seem to work that well if you're trying to build it up from scratch. By the time that I'm ready to migrate out of heavy tanks to something else, it certainly seems like we are not going to have enough tanks to actually have made use of all this stuff. It would have been better at that point for me to just go ahead and focus on building up more of the infantry equipment and the artillery and support equipment so I could just field more artillery divisions. Which, again, I know they're outdated and weak. I know they're not the best, but if I can field larger armies and accomplish more against the AI using that, is that still not better? It may not be better against other players, but I don't know. Against some of these guys, it might be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and work on the importation of foreign specialists so we can get the very, very far ahead of time medium tanks before I start wasting any factories and efficiency on those. We'll go ahead and get started on that. The result, of course, will be that we now are going to have ahead of time bonuses for medium tanks and heavy tanks if we so desire, which brings us down to 420 summit days. Still ahead of time, but not as bad as it could have been. But once we get that 2 years ahead of time bonus, I don't know, I'll either go for 1943 medium tanks, or I'm going to go for a really early expansion of my heavies and mediums. So I'll have both 1941 heavies and 1941 mediums ready to go against the Germans and eventually the Third International. By the way, only 5 days left on the propaganda against Finland. That's literally the only reason I haven't ended this war at this point. We're building up a little compliance, but mostly I'm just trying to enjoy getting as much of this war support as possible. We should get just a couple more percentage points. Then we'll go grab Helsinki. They'll fall apart. I got enough political capital. I should be able to just annex them outright if I so desire. Or I could just release them as a puppet and say it's not worth it. Because you guys don't exactly have much in the way of resources, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, you really don't. You have practically nothing. I really don't even need any of Ruthenia. I think I might release Finland as a puppet. We're going to save the political capital and do something better with it. I don't know what yet, but something better. Yeah, I think that might be better. Alright, so we got that done. Let's go ahead and now march in to Helsinki. And we will say goodbye to Finland, our friend, and then we'll say hello to a new Finland, our friend, who is not going to be of the national populist sort. There we go. Thank you for all of the equipment. And now we are going to take all of your states and turn. Done. And that is mine. Russian Empire takes those states. Then we're going to come over here. And I don't see the option to do anything to Finland yet. Any day now. Oh, Empire of Japan declares war on the Philippines. Fun. Any day now. Where I can integrate Karelia. I can integrate a couple of things. I don't care about that. Where? This is weird. I assume it'll come up later. But at least for the moment, it certainly would appear that I have no options when it comes to the annexation of Finland. We have already done so. All right. We're going to justify a war goal against Azerbaijan. It's going to take 185 days, which I admit is a bit long, but if I can get this state, that's a lot of oil that I very much covet, and the Ottoman Empire is kind of being decimated at the moment. So I have absolutely no qualms with getting involved in this and certainly ensuring that the Ottoman Empire falls apart and getting all that sweet, sweet, lovely oil. Up there's the fate of Finland, of course, right as soon as I spent my political power. You know, we'll come back to that just in case I change my mind and I decide that I actually do want to annex Finland. No, I've already made my decision. We're sticking with that decision. We can liberate them and make them into a puppet, or we can spend 50 political power and lose stability and war support. See, that decides it right there. Let alone the political power, I have zero desire to lose war support and stability. So we are going to go ahead and liberate these folks and enjoy a brand new puppet. There it is. There's our Finland. They are proper paternal autocrats. Hooray! All right. This seems like a good place for me to end this video. Hello, Fengqin government. What are you doing? So we could continue being a little bit aggressive against... Who else are we going to be... Now, we can't fight Lithuania, Ukraine, or White Ruthenia. The only way we can do that is if we have finished the Crush the German Hegemony focus, which we haven't. So basically, once we get those, we can start the war against the German Reichspacht at any point. Once we get that. Not worried about it right now, though. So we're going to focus our efforts on trying to get Azerbaijan. Nothing else really matters to me. So we're just going to focus on building up our economy and our factory as much as possible. Knowledge joins the Cairo Pact. I thought you already had, but that's okay. Yeah, we're going to get as many of these factories as possible. We need to start getting lots of medium tanks. We want to get some 40 combat width divisions. I need heavy tanks to actually start doing something. I don't know, there's a lot we need to do. There is a lot we need to do, but if we can find a way to do it, I will become a major powerhouse, I swear to God. We're going to find a way. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.